So, first I want to apologize that the other pastors are not here. So, they had to go to the minor leagues and pull me up out of the minor leagues to come forward to speak to you since nobody's around to do the sermon. So, bear with me. Hopefully I can get through this. I want to say Happy Sabbath again to everybody. Before I get started, I want to tell you a little bit about my testimony so you get to know me a little bit better. Again, my name is Gerritt Testimony. Been with the church here since 2001. When I was growing up, why am I not working? Oh, we're good. All right. So when I was growing up, I first started out, my father was involved in the civil service. So he worked for the government and to try to feed his little family, he kept moving around the country. So I grew up on the East Coast. We ended up in San Antonio, Texas, and that was my first kind of introduction to God. I went to a Baptist preschool. We then moved up to Virginia, and then there they went to a Lutheran church, and I went to the Lutheran church with them, and I still remember all the songs they had to sing. They always had the hymns up there, and you had to sing all these hymns, and I used to just be so tired, so I would yawn a lot. So now, when you see me up here singing, you will see me actually yawn. It's a psychological problem I have. It goes all the way back to when I was 10 years old. I can't defeat it. It happens every time we do song service. So it's always coming back to me. But my father introduced me to the Bible. And what he said to me was that what you need to do is pray to God, ask for something, and then just open the pages of the Bible. And God will answer your question. He'll answer your prayer. And most of the time that worked. I was pretty impressed. But there were times that it didn't work. And as I got older and I was developing and growing and I was going through some challenges, I had reached 5'2", and that was as far as I was going. So all my friends passed me up, and I had some challenges being short, dealing with my own self-esteem. And so finally I just got so mad at the Bible, and I just threw it across the room. I had just had enough. It wasn't working. And that's when the voice came into my head. And it said, instead of throwing the Bible, why don't you pick it up and read it? And that's what I did. 5 chapters a day for a year, and I finished the Bible when I was 14 years old. So I read the Bible cover to cover at 14. And the Holy Spirit came upon me and just gave me a sense of peace. And for any of you who have not read the Bible cover to cover, I highly recommend it because you will get that profound sense of peace. Let me switch chairs here. Like I said, reading the Bible really made a difference for me. I was able to grow in my relationship with God. He was a part of my life. Even in high school, I had a relationship with him. I wasn't sure about this Jesus guy, though, so I still need to learn more about him. I still was like, yeah, I understand God, but I don't know about this Jesus guy. So then I decided it was time for me to go to college, and I had this feeling I needed to come out to California. Something was just pulling me out to California. So I found this school that was a Christian school, so I thought I'd be in good shape going to a Christian school. So it was also in Malibu, which didn't hurt. So I went to the church, Pepperdine University, and I spent many a day at the bottom of that tower praying to God, help me out. Being so far away from my family, being away from friends, I didn't know anybody here in California. So I came out here basically on my own, and I was at the bottom of that tower on many a day, asking for prayer and for hope and for inspiration and how to get through these many years. I was actually on the 5-year plan at Pepperdine. If you're in Malibu, why would you leave after 4 years? So my fraternity brothers, though, they were on the 10-year plan. I said, I'm not going to be on the 10-year plan. So I graduated from Pepperdine. I got various jobs. I was in sales, and I was in management, and had this business degree, and was trying to make my way in the California world. And, things just didn't go as I thought they would. My year when I was 26 years old was a really rough year. Back in college, I'd had a car repossessed. In 26, I had another car repossessed. It was really tough. But throughout it all, God provided. So when I lost the car at 26, God found me a job that I could walk to. And so I walked to that job. And then he got me another job, and I was able to walk to that job. So I had 2 jobs that I could walk to. And then from there, I got a moped. I mean, hey, I had some wheels finally. So I got the moped, and then I went to another job, and the guy there says, hey, I have a car. Why don't I let you take over the payments on the car, and you can, have the car. So then I got a car.
Awesome.
So God provided for me, and it was amazing the things that he would provide for me, and I continued to grow in the relationship with him. But then throughout these years, I was laid off. I mean, it wasn't my fault. These companies either moved out or they closed down. So I went through 5 layoffs at companies. I mean, that's tough. But during this whole time, I continued to build my relationship with God. I wanted more understanding of what it was. So there's me being laid off. That's not me. But I wanted more understanding of who God was, what the Bible was, what the whole message was. So I came across these guys at the Worldwide Church of God. They're based out here in Pasadena. They've gone through their own challenges over there. But they really opened my eyes to the truth about the Bible. They opened my eyes about the true Sabbath. They opened my eyes about prophecy, about all the things about the Bible that I really was yearning to learn about. And so I, spent a lot of time studying the Bible, reading what they had sent me, because they sent all this material to me, and they never asked for money. It was amazing. Never asked for a dime. So then I went through, some more challenges. Had a first marriage to a woman, got divorced, and had more challenges, more layoffs. And then I married Amber. And Amber and I got together, and it was a wonderful time. The reason I fell in love with her is because she had that Christian heart. She really had a strong love of God, and she really wanted to learn just like I did. So both of us went out trying to find a church together. She had come from a Catholic background and some religious science. I had come from the Lutheran and the Church of Christ at Pepperdine. And so we were preparing to find a new church. So we went to all of them. We went to the Lutheran church, went to the Methodist church, the Presbyterian church. We went to the religious science church. We also went to the Catholic church. But we just didn't find what we wanted. I still had that yearning from the Worldwide Church of God and the truth that they had, and it wasn't matching up with any of what these churches were saying and what they were promoting. Then I came across this guy. I was watching TV one day, and I see this guy, Mark Finley, on TV, and he starts talking, and everything he says matches up with what I've been told and what I've learned. But who are these guys? Looked it up on the internet, Seventh-day Adventist, looked up the belief system. I said, wow, these guys have the same truth that I've been learning all my years here. So I decided to go check out the closest church. We were here in Thousand Oaks at the time. We ended up here. And so we came here, we listened to the service. It was wonderful. The people were wonderful. And